Welcome to the class. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Sabrina. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I work in a company called Pacific Light, and what we do is very simple. We have a really big power plant, and this power plant helps us generate electricity. This means that we provide you with power. That's right. We help make sure that your lights are working, your fans are turning, and your iPhones and iPads can charge. We do this by providing you with electricity. But okay, enough about me. It's time to get to the presentation. I hope you're comfortable. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. I hope you learned something interesting today. Today, I will be teaching you about the biodiversity of plants. Don't worry, it's easy. Let's get to know the plants around us. But before I start, let me ask you a little question. Do you know what a plant is? Can you tell me which one of these pictures shows plants? It's okay if you don't know, but you can just try anyway. Is it A, B, or C? If you picked A, you are absolutely correct. These are plants. There are many different types of plants in the world, such as forest plants, plants with flowers, plants you keep at home, and so much more. Now what about biodiversity? Do you know what biodiversity means? Biodiversity is what you see all around you. All living things like plants and animals come together and they create biodiversity. There are many things that create biodiversity, but today we will be talking about plants. But before we get to know some plants, I would like to get to know you. I have some questions for you, and I would really like it if you could answer them. The first question is, do you like plants? You can answer yes or no or click the buttons on the screen. Do you think plants are cool or beautiful or helpful? Do you like plants? You do? I like plants too. Do you know that the plants around us give us air to breathe? Yes, that's right. Without plants, we can't breathe. How helpful of them. Okay, next, I want to know if you have plants at home. Does anyone in your family take care of plants at home? If not at home, have you ever seen plants near your house or near the playground? I definitely have. There are trees all around us. Did you know that plants help add color to the world? They also make the world a more beautiful place to live in. Isn't it nice to look at the plants and see all the different colors that they have? Okay, my final question is, have you ever tried growing your own plant? Growing your own plant is a very fun activity that you can do at home. Did you know that even you can grow your own plant? Yes, you can. Plants need air, soil, sunlight, and water to survive. So if you have some plant seeds, you can put them in soil and water them every day. And then you can watch them grow. I love growing my own plants too. Growing your own plants can also help the environment. The world is getting hotter and hotter every day, and growing your own plants is helpful to keep the earth healthy and strong for many years to come. To the mummies and daddies who are listening to this now, here at Pacific Light, we hope that everyone can come together to help the environment in small ways, and it can start at home. Growing your own vegetables or growing your own plants is a fun and educational project for your kids to learn cognitive skills and understand the environment better. It also helps with sustainability. Pacific Light would like to give your kids the opportunity to be their own urban farmers by growing their own kangkong plants. Yes, that's right. You would be growing your own vegetables that you can use in your cooking. I won't get too much into it now, but feel free to reach out to us if you would like to get a seed pack for you and your family. Alright, thank you so much for answering my questions. It's nice to meet you, everyone. Now that we've gotten to know each other, let's get to know some plants. Did you know that there are 2,200 different types of plants in Singapore? Yes, that's a lot! Imagine if there are 2,000 different types of you! Wouldn't that be so crazy? Let's find out what some of these plants are. Ooh, okay. Have you ever seen these plants around? There are so many plants around us every day, but I think you might have seen these ones before. Can you recognize these flowers? You can find these plants at parks or playgrounds near your house. Let's go through them. The first plant is called an ixora plant. You can spot this plant by looking out for a group of tiny red flowers. They usually grow in bushes. These flowers are called ixora flowers. Next, the second plant is called the bougainvillea plant. These plants bloom all year round and come in many different colors, but you would usually see them in pink. You can always find them near bus stops or on the sides of overhead bridges. And finally, we have the spider lily. Don't you think that the white spider lily flower looks a bit like a spider with 8 legs? How cool! You can find spider lilies on walkways near the city area in Singapore. These are some of the more common plants that you might have seen before, but it's okay if you've never seen them. Keep a lookout next time you go out. I'm sure you'll be able to find them. Next, the second plant is called simpo lak. The simpo lak plant has bright, beautiful yellow flowers that attract a lot of bees because they're so full of pollen. These flowers are so bright and striking. I think we would be able to recognize them if we ever see them in real life. And finally, we have the beautiful river Terena plant. Similar to the ixora plant I showed you before, the river Terena has a lot of tiny flowers too. The river Terena blooms with tiny white flowers when they're in season. You can find this plant along parks in Singapore, so have a look out next time you're there. Alright, I've shown you so many new plants. Do you have a favorite? You can point to the screen and tell me which plant you like the most. My favorite plant has to be the lipstick plant. I think it's so cool how the plant looks just like my lipstick. But I also have another favorite plant, but I haven't shown you this one yet. Do you want to know what plant it is? Wow, now this is my favorite plant. Can any of you guess what this is? If you don't know, this plant is called the Singapore orchid. The Singapore orchid is the national flower of Singapore. I think some of you might even have this plant growing in your own homes. The national flower of Singapore is this beautiful orchid flower, but it also has a special name. Just like how we all have our own names, this flower has one too. The name of this flower is called the Vanda Miss Joachim. Isn't that such a pretty name? Next time, if you ever see this flower again, you can tell people what name it is. Speaking of special names and special plants, I have another really special plant that I want to show you. Have any of you seen this plant before? This plant is called the Rafflesia plant. It may look small in the picture, but it's actually really, really big. Look at how it's almost the size of those kids. I think if you stood next to the Rafflesia, it would be the same size as you. The Rafflesia is one of the biggest flowers in the world. But that's not the only reason why it's special. The plant is special because it smells just like fart. Or even worse, a giant dustbin. Yes, that's right. This is one very stinky plant. I hope I never see this plant in real life. Well, lucky for us, the Rafflesia plant is usually found in the forests of Malaysia, Java, and the Philippines. So unless we go into the forests anytime soon, I don't think we'll get to see this plant. Phew, lucky us. Wow, we've already gotten to know so many different types of plants. But what about where they live? Just like you, plants need a home too. Let's find out the different places that plants grow in. There are many places that plants can live in, and here are some of them. Most plants live in the forests or on land. Just like us, we live on land. But what about other places like by the beach, in winter areas, or even in water? Some plants can grow there too. But first, let's look at plants on land. I'm sure you can remember these pictures from the plants I've shown you before. Most of the plants that we see every day are plants that grow on land. But not all plants that grow on land are easy to find. Some plants that grow in the forest, like the Rafflesia plant, can only be found if we go into the forest ourselves. Next, let's head to the beach. Yes, some plants can grow by the beach. Isn't that so nice? Have any of you been to the beach? Do you know what kind of plants grow there? These plants have a very delicious fruit that many of us love to eat. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. That's right, it's the coconut tree. Coconut trees are usually found near beaches. They provide us with shade from the hot sun so that we can play in the sand without feeling too hot. They also give us delicious coconut fruits that are cooling and refreshing on a hot sunny day. These coconut fruits can then also be turned into delicious coconut drinks. Next, what about areas with a lot of snow? Can you think of some plants that live in cold winter areas? I'll give you a hint. At the end of the year, many people exchange presents on a special day. And that day is called... That's right, Christmas! Christmas trees are one of the plants that can grow in cold areas. But these trees are actually called fir trees. F-I-R. It's not the same fur that's on animals. But it's okay. Fir trees are well known for being called Christmas trees to most people. There are also some other plants, like pine trees, that grow in cold areas too. These pine trees can then give us pine cones. Some of you might recognize these pine cones as decorative items around your house. Alright, last but not least, we have water plants. Plants are very special because they can not only live on land, but some of them can live in water. Can you live in water? I don't think so. But just like fishes, some plants can live in water. The most common water plant you can see are water lilies. These are the big circular leaves that float on water. They usually come with bright, big flowers that bloom beside them. These plants then create a home for animals like frogs, and they also provide shelter and protection for the fishes below. Wow, we've learned so much about plants already. I hope you find them interesting, because I sure do. But you remember what I said about growing your own plants? Yes, it's great to grow your own plants, but first we need to know what plants need to grow. In order to grow our own plants well, we have to make sure that we know how to take care of them. Alright, so first and foremost, plants need air. That's right. When you want to grow a plant, make sure you find a nice spot near a window where air can come through. Secondly, plants need sunlight. So putting your plant near the window will not only give it air, but it will also give the plant the sunlight it needs. Thirdly, plants need soil. When you get a plant, it doesn't come fully grown. It starts from a seed. We then have to plant this seed in soil for the plant to grow. And finally, plants need water. This is the most important part. In order for plants to grow, you have to make sure you water your plants. All you have to do is pour a little bit of water into the soil after you've put the seed in it. Do this every day and your plant will slowly grow. Simple, right? If you remember these 4 things that plants need: air, sunlight, soil, and water, I'm sure you'll be great at taking care of plants. Okay, I think it's time for a break. Why don't we watch this video? This video will help us understand more about what plants need to grow. That way, when you're growing your own plant, you can make sure to take care of it well and give your plant what it needs.
A plant needs 5 things to stay alive. These are the 5 things it needs to survive. The plant needs the sun, nice and bright. The leaves of the plant love sunlight. A plant needs air, just like you. It needs air to survive, that is true. A plant needs soil to grow very well. How tall it will grow, only time will tell. A plant needs water to live and grow. If you didn't know that, well now you know. Something else a plant needs is some space. It will grow well in a nice open place. A plant needs 5 things to stay alive. These are the 5 things it needs to survive.
Wow, that was such a helpful video. I hope you understand more about how to take care of plants. Alright, now we already know what a plant needs to grow. But wait, how do plants grow? Does it grow hands or hair like you? No, plants grow differently. It's very simple. Let me show you. First, you need a seed. This seed goes in the soil. The plant starts off as a tiny little seed, and you have to water it every day. Then after a while, the seed will grow into a tiny little bud. The bud starts off with 2 leaves growing out of the ground, just like the 2 little leaves in this picture. After a few days, you'll start to see more leaves, and the plant will start to take shape, growing upwards towards the sun. That's why it's important to have your plant near the window, so that it can grow upwards. And finally, you might even see a flower. Although, not all plants have flowers, so don't be too worried if you don't see a flower in your plant. Some plants just get bigger and bigger with more and more leaves. Okay, I know all of you are going to be great little gardeners, and so I want to show you this gardening song.
Growing, growing, little plants. So exciting, I could dance. Just like magic, watch them grow. I love to watch our garden grow. Let's grab our shovels. Spread some soil all around so roots can grow deep in the ground. Grow and grow, baby seeds. Grow up tall as can be. Let's plant our seeds. Make a hole in the ground. Plant your seeds and pat them down. Grow and grow, baby seeds. Grow up tall as can be. Now let's give our seeds a drink. Do seeds like apple juice? Plants get thirsty just like you. Water gently, that will do. Grow and grow, baby seeds. Grow up tall as can be. Growing, growing, little plants. So exciting, I could dance. Just like magic, watch them grow. I love to watch our garden grow. Did you know plants need to eat too? Would it like my peanut butter sandwich? Plants get hungry, yes they do. They use the sun to make their food. Grow and grow, baby seeds. Grow up tall as can be. But when will the plants come out? Let's be patient, wait and see. One day they'll sprout up happily. Grow and grow, baby seeds. Grow up tall as can be. Growing, growing, little plants. So exciting, I could dance. Just like magic, watch them grow. I love to watch our garden grow.
Wow, wasn't that video amazing? I love the gardening song. Did you like it? I hope this song helps you remember how to grow your plants well. Now that we know how to grow plants, I'm sure all of you are ready to be your own little gardeners and urban farmers. But wait, do you know why it's important to grow plants? Firstly, it's because plants help us survive. That's right. Remember what I told you before? Plants give us the air that we need to breathe. Can you take a deep breath now? Breathe in. Breathe out. Without all the plants in the world, like the trees outside your window, we can't breathe. Plants also help make the world more beautiful. And not just that, they also provide homes for many different kinds of animals. Plants also help provide you and I with nice greenery, and it also helps us take shade under the hot sun. But most importantly, plants help the environment. Did you know that the world is getting hotter and hotter every day? That's because of climate change. We need to do our best to take care of the earth and make sure that it stays strong and healthy so that you and I can live happily in it. One way to do it is to plant trees or to grow your own plants. And yes, you can do it too. Me and my friends at Pacific Light have some plant seeds that you can get from us if you would like to grow your own plants. I have a few myself and it's very fun. Don't worry, if you've never tried growing a plant yourself, remember that it's very simple. All they need is air, sunlight, soil, and water. You can help take care of the earth by growing your own little plants at home. These plants can also help give you and your family fresh air to breathe every day. Take part in our kangkong project and grow kangkong plants with us. I have one too, and it's growing very healthily. If you would like to try growing your own plants, email us at createsustainability@pacificlight.com.sg to get your seed pack kit. Then you can grow them yourself at home. It's going to be so much fun. And remember, make sure to give your plants sunlight, air, soil, and water. Alright, thank you very much for joining me on this exciting journey as we learn more about plants. If you would like to find out more, visit our Create Sustainability website for more resources and information on sustainability. You can also check out our Create Instagram and Facebook page at create.sustainability for more bits and pieces of information. And of course, don't forget to email us at createsustainability@pacificlight.com.sg to get your own seed pack kit and grow your own kangkong plant at home today. Okay, everyone, we've come to the end of the presentation. I'm sure that now all of you know how plants grow and how to take care of them. When you're growing your new plants, don't forget to take care of them well and give them lots of water to drink. Soon, you'll have cute little tiny plants that you grew yourself. Good luck and have fun. Goodbye, everyone.